Hi, my name's Caroline, for those of you that don't know me or haven't met me before or been on my channel. Welcome to my channel, thanks for being here. I've decided to make I think it's going to end up having to be a few videos because I started writing. I've been writing a lot of posts lately about things that I'm learning that might be helpful for other people. And then I started, my internet, funnily enough, has gone down today. So I thought and I just started writing about the things that I've become aware of and the things that I've learned. And before I knew it, I've got sort of 4 A4 sides, and some is still sort of going. So as I'm there, I'm thinking, okay, maybe I might have to make this a blog, which I still will, but I'm thinking that maybe it might be a good idea to break it down and to share it in a video form as well. So because some people like to be able to listen to something, or see the person that's sharing the information. And yeah, then it's just going to be available in several different ways. So thank you again for being here. Do like and share and all of that, subscribe to the channel if you like. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to read. I keep looking this way because I'm going to read what I've written, and then if I feel like I need to fill in some things, I'll do that as I go along. I'm thinking that a good time to stop is probably going to be about 10 minutes for each one. So I'll try and keep it concise, because I know that there's some, if it might be a lot to take in some cases if you've not become aware of any of this information before, and also just for sort of ease of being able to listen to something and think, oh, then I'll come back to the next one later. So anyway, I think I've waffled enough, so I'm going to start with and before I do start, there's some things that I'm going to say or share. This is from my perspective. This is things that I've come to know and learn, not just through lockdown, but before. I was aware of some things that were happening and going to happen, undercurrents of things before, and I have actually done a couple of lives and videos where I was sort of starting to question things, and then just felt like I needed to nudge people to start questioning things themselves as well. So and then really as we've gone along, I haven't done a video for a while because I've been going through some things myself, processing and learning and going through some things, doing some deep inner healing work, which has sort of all come up for me at this time, and I'll go into that a little bit in the video bit things that I'm going to share with you. But some of these things maybe some people are calling them conspiracy theories, some people are just rejecting them completely. And honestly, if it's not resonating with you, and if it brings up anything for you, obviously stay and watch, carry on reading, in whatever way that you're seeing this information, but be kind. And I'm sharing something that might resonate with somebody else. So if it's not resonating with you, or if you're getting a feeling, then maybe go and ask yourself why that's coming up for you, whatever extreme emotion it may cause for you, or a bit of dissonance or whatever, and come back to it later, or just move on and go to wherever it does resonate for you. We've all got the choice, we can all do that. So I'm just sharing things from my perspective for people who may resonate and want to know a little bit more from the things that I have learned. So with that, I will now start. So COVID-19 is a cover-up or smokescreen for what is actually happening in the world, and what the elite are desperately trying to cover, as their plans and agenda are now being revealed, trying to keep us controlled by using psychological manipulation and to keep us in a place of fear and trauma. They're now grasping at straws, creating stories and narratives, which is why behaviours of our governing systems has been confusing and sometimes contradictory. They know that more and more people are becoming aware of their agenda. Many are already being arrested and powers revoked, but the systems have been so corrupt and those working within them so brainwashed that they continue to try and push their agenda, as we too have been controlled and brainwashed for generations. When you start to realise that there are many layers to all of this, when there are many layers to all of this, it's mind-blowing, and many experience cognitive dissonance, as it's just so much to comprehend. All that we've been brought up to believe is now being shown to be a lie. You know this really. Somewhere deep within you, this resonates and rings true for you. Perhaps you've become fed up of not having enough money each month, working your arse off and never seen any real tangible results, or stuck in a job that you really don't like just to make ends meet. Then when you are making enough to sustain a comfortable living, you're taxed to the hilt. Where exactly does all that money go? We know where we're told it goes, but where does it go? And that's a whole other topic for discussion. There's so many layers to this that it could just go on forever. So I'm trying to keep it as concise as possible so that it's easy to digest. Haven't we been told that hard work pays off? And if you keep going, you'll get there in the end. What about those who've done just that and then lost it in a heartbeat, or become ill because trying so hard to make a name for themselves or achieve a comfortable life has taken a toll on their health? Never mind the destruction within their family dynamic and relationships that become dysfunctional, perhaps even end because the program of being successful has been so firmly implanted in our psyche. Just a little addition to this is that becomes the thing of what is success for you. What is success? Quite often we end up judging and comparing ourselves to other people, and but that's all part of it. This is all what we've been programmed to do, that this is the life that we're supposed to have. We've forgotten how to listen to ourselves and trust our own knowing of what's right for us, which again will come up later. I'm reminded of a comment of a friend of mine when she asked someone how they were doing, and his answer was, "I'm getting there." We quite often say that, I think. Getting where exactly? And that was her response to him. Getting where? Where are you getting? He was one of those worked so hard, had built a lucrative, successful business, but he was so stressed and unhealthy, never really had time to enjoy the fruits of his labour. I'm sure this is a really familiar story for most of us, one way or another. And I also know that this same man decided to make a few life changes, focus on himself and his own healing, and has completely transformed himself in his life, and now enjoys what he has come to know is his own success, what's successful for him. And so it is possible to break away from the programming, and that's what this great awakening, what it's been come to know, is all about. Becoming aware, reconnecting with yourself and your heart, feeling what's happening for you while also becoming aware of what's really happening in the world. Not just accepting what we've been told. We all have this ability. We can all use critical thinking or pay attention to our own intuition, inner guidance, conscience, gut feeling, whatever it is for you. You know that this is your own internal guidance system, and what we've all been switched off from or programmed to think we're wrong in trusting it for such a long time. And this is not just in our lifetimes, this is in previous generations. This stuff, this programming, the world that we were born into stems back generations, parents, grandparents, a long time. And so you can imagine what that type of programming, and especially when we've been born into it and sort of not grown into it, it takes a long time to undo. But it also can create that cognitive dissonance of, well, why isn't that true? What's happened? It just becomes like, everything, it just becomes like a shock that everything that we've ever known, taught, learned from our parents and the generations before us may not now be true. And that brings up a whole other world of things that we as human beings here having this experience need to process and work through. Have you ever done something that goes against what you felt was right, only to realise, once being disappointed or given the benefit of the doubt to somebody, or been hurt, seeing something happen as a result, you've said to yourself, I knew I was right. I should have trusted my gut. I should have trusted my instincts because I knew. But we've been so programmed to think that we're wrong and to not trust that we've disconnected from ourselves. And it's easier to believe what we've been told. Oh yeah, but they said that. That's what has brought us and given us comfort in the past. That's what we've been brought up to know. So rather than listen to that inner knowing and that voice, it's sometimes easier to go, oh well, yeah, I'm gonna do what they say because that seems like the right thing to do. That seems like it's what we're supposed to do. When actually you can look back and say, oh my God, I wish I'd done it my way. I wish I'd listened to myself. And I'm sure many of you watching this now will have been through something like that. So who started these beliefs or this mistrust of ourselves? Could it be those that already had every material possession or resource at their disposal? Those who seemingly live comfortable lives and have money or resources to spare. Several homes, cars, wealth beyond most of our wildest dreams. Doesn't it all seem a little bit unbalanced? When there's so much deprivation in the world, people starving and living in poverty without even fresh water. When you really sit and contemplate this, we're all human beings, all capable of exactly the same things. So why is it that there's those sat on trillions while across the world a child dies from lack of fresh water? I think I'm going to leave that bit there so that you can have a little think about what I've said. And see you next time. Sending you much love and an open mind in these very confusing and shaky times. Lots of love for now, and I'll see you in the next one. Huge love.